So now 2025 and I'm still driving Volvo 1969 and this is really a great car. Probably for any guys it will be strange, but if you know how beautiful these cars, 140 series, 240 series, and Volvo Amazon, you can understand that these cars not like modern cars. They intended only for 5-6 years. But these old Volvos, they were built by honest engineers for people.
Patrick's Garage. Grab your snack, welcome back. First, reliability. The myth that old cars always break.
And yes, I worked as a driver, and a lot of modern cars they more worse than olden cars from olden days. And if you repair this car, it will work. And I think that this is really myth that old cars they always break. And this is really myth that old cars can be broken really often. Modern cars programmed by softwares, so they will broken. But this really simple car. And Volvo 140 series, 240 series, it's really tanks. They so reliable. And a lot of times I've seen that they rusty, these bottom parts rotten, maybe through visible rust, but they still work. And if you look under the hood, you see good working axles, parts made out of metal. And you can approach to these parts really easy. You can reach spark plugs without removing manifolds, and manifolds made out of metal, and they're not going to be broken. If not say about all these horrible sensors, they can be broken, and without special computer you can't realize what's wrong with your car.
People love to imply that old cars are unreliable. It's not reality if you maintain it regularly. Old Volvos were maintained with simplicity in mind, and reliability was goal. Every car can have a bad day. You don't need a full crew to diagnose an old Volvo. In fact, most of the time you can aid the car with just a few tools and basic knowledge. And when old car broken is just a result of neglect, not because of their age. And with old cars, we as owners not just eradicate the problems, we understand these problems. Old Volvos don't scream for attention. They work inconspicuously and they let you keep driving year after year. Money, how much you can save by driving old Volvo.
And classic car maintenance really affordable for average guy. It's not so expensive. A really interesting aspect, money. Can you save money if you're driving old car? Do you want to buy maybe newer car? Even 10 years old cars, they're really expensive. Gasoline consumption. Yes, but can you imagine how a lot of gasoline you can buy for this money, which you're going to buy if you want to buy one of these new cars, not say about if you're going to buy from dealer, maybe 50,000. And old cars, even 10 years old cars. Yes, electric vehicles, they're not noisy, but what with these batteries, hybrids, also what with batteries, how are you going to replace batteries? It's really expensive. But these old cars, 140 series, 240 series, Volvo Amazon, 80% of work you can do by own hands if you have these sources of information and simple tools which you can buy, not special tools, not special fancy equipment which guys use for repair modern cars. What I'm learned from this experience that you can repair this simple maintenance for these simple cars.
You ever just stare at the prices of new cars and think, what are we doing? I mean, people go into deep debts for something loaded with sensors and a lot of electronic crap. Meanwhile, you can drive your old car without these problems, without monthly payments, that's for sure. And maybe because of that, these old cars owners gaze at those shiny new SUVs and laugh, because they're not made to last. It'll impede your wallet more than help your driving experience. I buy parts sparingly, mostly when I choose to. Not because some compulsory dealer schedule says I have to. Thus, over time, savings add up. So you feel the car driving you.
And a lot of guys which prefer these cars, they can agree with me that these old cars, they have their own soul, if you want. This vibe, how you feel when you're driving, you hear this music, which under the hood, how engine sounds, these buttons, how you shift gears. Yes, it can be automatic, but this is really reliable automatic. But manual transmission, I prefer manual transmission, really great for old car from 60s. This my car from 1969, and I'm continue driving.
Old car doesn't chase the limelight. It just works and it has something modern cars don't. Soul. You feel it in the way it drives, the gestures of the steering, the raw sound of the engine. And I think many of us yearn of that feeling. For me, old Volvo helped clinch my love for driving. Do you ever feel that you're part of the machine? Wisdom, what I learned.
What I learned from this old car, you don't want to make it by modern car. You don't want to stuff this car with this electronic, one exception. Only if your distributor really broken and you can't find spare parts, yes. Maybe in this case, nothing wrong. If you want to change something, swap these electric things installed. If you have no another choice, another way to save this car in working condition, yes, probably in this case you can add something electronic, but I don't want to add any electronic. Simplicity, main thing of this car. You want to save money. By this simple car, you don't want to spend additional.
Let's be precise about one thing. I didn't buy this old Volvo because I wanted to waste money. Absolutely opposite. I don't want to waste money. Classic cars like old Volvos can save you a fortune. I don't endorse the idea of dumping cash into endless upgrades or chasing perfection. Old Volvo isn't a race car. It's just transport, reliable, honest, and simple. People might envy a shiny new car, but they don't see the monthly payments, the dealer visits,
And subsequent reward. Peace of mind, a car that runs, doesn't control you, and doesn't ask for your wallet every month. What you learned from your old car? Let me know in the comments if it's not top secret. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. click the subscribe button and notifications bell, so that way you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos about car repairing.